Bible Stories with Lumina. Hello there. I am Lumina, your guide through the wonderful stories of the Bible. Today, we are opening the book of Genesis to chapter 6. It is a very important part of history. At this time, the world was becoming very full of people. As the human family grew larger and moved across the earth, something very sad began to happen. The world was changing, and not in a good way. As more and more people were born, they began to turn away from what was right. The Bible tells us that God saw the wickedness of man was great in the earth. Instead of kindness and love, the world was filled with violence. People were making choices that hurt one another, and they stopped caring about the path God had set for them. When God looked down at the earth he had created, his heart was very heavy. The Bible says that every intent of the thoughts of man's heart was only evil continually. It grieved God in his heart that he had made man on the earth. The world had become so dark and full of trouble that God knew he had to take action to stop the spread of evil. But even in the darkest times, there is always a light. Among all the people on earth, there was one man who was different. His name was Noah. The Bible says that Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. He was a just man, perfect in his generations, and most importantly, Noah walked with God. He chose to be good, even when everyone else was being bad. God spoke to Noah and shared a very serious message. He told Noah that because the earth was filled with violence, he was going to bring a great flood of waters to destroy all flesh under heaven. But because Noah was faithful, God wanted to keep him and his family safe. I was there to see Noah's face as he listened carefully to God's voice. God gave Noah very specific instructions on how to survive the coming flood. He said, "Make yourself an ark of gopher wood." This wasn't just a little boat, it was a massive vessel. Noah had to build rooms inside it and cover it inside and outside with pitch to make sure it was completely waterproof. It was going to be a very big job. The ark had to be built exactly right. God told Noah the dimensions: 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. He was told to make a window at the top and a door in the side. The ark was to have 3 stories, a lower, a second, and a third deck. It was designed to be strong enough to ride out the greatest storm ever known. God told Noah that he would establish a covenant, a special promise with him. God promised that Noah, his sons, his wife, and his sons' wives would all be safe inside the ark. Noah wasn't just building a boat for himself. He was building a way for his whole family to be saved from the coming flood. But the ark wasn't just for people. God told Noah to bring 2 of every living thing, male and female, into the ark to keep them alive. Noah also had to gather all kinds of food for his family and for all the animals. Imagine the planning that took. Noah had to trust that God would provide everything they needed for the journey. The Bible tells us that Noah did according to all that God commanded him. He didn't complain or make excuses, he just obeyed. The lesson for us in Genesis chapter 6 is that even when the whole world is doing the wrong thing, we can choose to walk with God and do what is right. Integrity and obedience bring God's favor and protection. See you in the next chapter of the Bible.